So this is Meta Horror Therapy Session. Hello, Noelle. Nice to see you again. Hi. Nurse Ann introduced us earlier this week. I'm Dr. Yuri Montgomery. You might remember me from these big dorky looking glasses I'm wearing. I remember. You are a therapist at a local hospital. In this room, you've seen many patients, kids, adults, each one unique and requiring a different kind of approach. You're going to find a way to get Noelle to talk a little more about himself. He seems like a young adult, perhaps a late teenager. You have strategies for how to best approach this. Utilizing what you know from his file, you might be able to get him to open up a little. Perhaps you could look at this as a form of anamnesis? An initial interview. With those, you remind me of my uncle. My glasses remind me of your uncle? My uncle. He's silly. He'd wear something like that. What's his name? Dunno. You don't remember? Don't know. That line of questioning is not working. How's your eye? Does it hurt? Not anymore. It's the light. It hurts your eyes? Yes. Covering it helps. The eye that was examined in the ER, but no one was able to find anything wrong with it. Did it always hurt, or did it start hurting after the accident? No, it's going to hurt forever, so there's nothing you can do. Why do you say that? Yep. Don't know. Don't know. Don't remember. Are you having memory troubles then? I guess. Don't know. Doc, can I leave? I need to go. Soon. Where do you want to go, Noelle? Home? No, I can't. I can't go home. I have something really, really important to do. Really? It sounds pretty serious. Do you want to tell me what it is? I promise I won't tell the others. I can't tell you. If I did, you'd be the one needing a shrink. Try me. I hear some pretty wild stuff in this job, you know. I bet you can't top it. No way. Yes way. I'll tell you, I hear so much. I'm in therapy myself. Seriously? A therapist needs a therapist? Yeah, actually a lot of therapists are also in some form of therapy.
It's actually extremely healthy because they need the help to help them work through other people's trauma with them.
And not to mention the fact that some therapists all have their own trauma.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We're just as human as anyone else. Ha. I guess that makes sense. So, go ahead. Tell me what's on your mind. I promise, no judgment here. You're a funny one, Doc. You're asking all these questions yourself. What? Nobody's commanding you to. That's impressive. Just kidding. See? I can be silly myself. Did that scare you? A little bit, yeah. I wasn't expecting that twist. good. Keeps you on your toes, right? Also, what's with the toys and stuff? Ah, this is a room for talking to children. We have one for teens and adults, but they're all full. It's the one we have available right now. Does it bother you? Oh, cool. I don't mind. The toys are cute. The adults room is somewhat boring if you ask me. Heh. You know, I almost feel like a kid again sitting here. Is that a good thing? I guess. It's complicated. Anyway, I was talking to Nurse Anne, and you're a bit of a prankster, aren't you? Noel's laughing. His body language is more relaxed. Yep, that's the most popular way to describe me. What about the time you swapped out the soap in the bathroom for, was it whipped cream? I heard that one caused quite the scene. Oh, yeah, that one was classic. The nurses didn't know what hit them. Where did you even get whipped cream? Stole it from the cafeteria. Shh. She also mentioned that you reprogrammed the TV remote so it only played reruns of a Mexican soap opera. Apparently it was quite the surprise for anyone trying to watch the news. Yeah, just a bit of fun. It's not like I can do much else here. Well, it definitely keeps things interesting. You're quite the prankster. Yep, life's too short to be taken seriously all the time. Gotta keep things lively. I just like playing pranks. Hahaha, that's good. Say, Doc, you're not allowed to tell anyone anything I tell you here, right? That's right. Anything you say is between the two of us. And those four walls.
That's a little incorrect, but yeah.
Unless you express that you want to harm yourself or others, of course.
There we go.
You really won't tell anyone? I won't. Noelle is finally making eye contact with you. Neat. So, feel free to tell me anything that's on your mind. I don't really have a lot right now. I don't really have anything right now. May I ask you a few questions then? Sure, Doc, go ahead. Tutorial. Now that you've built something of a rapport, let's try asking him more about himself. Pick a topic. More topics will unlock as you progress. While talking, you might find yourself completely diverging from the original topic. That's natural in therapy. Free conversations allows for new subjects to be reintroduced to the patient.
That music got creepy.
He'd rather stay silent. It's important to know when to press and when to let the silence be. Remember, your objective is to find answers to the questions raised in the initial report. Okay. The accident you were in looked pretty scary. It must look like that, yeah. I was inside the bus trying to sleep. The windows were covered and most people were on their phones. So, I didn't realize what was happening until we almost went flying. You were inside the bus, huh? Do you recall where you were headed? Yeah. Want to tell me? No. Okay. When you realized what was happening, what did you do? My whole body started to hurt. I couldn't move. The person who was next to me had a phone on their pocket, and tried to reach out to them so I could try to call for help or something. But they weren't responding. They were out. I think they hit their head badly, and they wouldn't wake up no matter how much I shook them. There were people crying and shouting, some were trying to help others, and the whole place was filled with smoke and broken glass. Everything was loud and chaotic, and it was hard to make sense of anything. I remember looking around and seeing people injured, some trying to crawl out through broken windows. It felt like an eternity before help arrived. You didn't hit your head? So, I was super lucky. My head landed right on a bunch of pillows. My lower body wasn't so lucky, as that fancy file of yours must say. Glass of shards all over. Yes, you had several lacerations with the glass shards, and there were deep cuts and bruises on your legs. Nurses explained to me that the hospital people had to remove the shards and tend to the wound to prevent infection or whatever. Hurt like hell. Never again. And, haha. When the paramedics told me about the pillows, I couldn't stop laughing. How did they all land right under me? You remember the paramedics? Oh yeah. I was awake and aware the entire time. They put one of these neck things on me, so I couldn't look around or raise my head. That's what made me panic. That must have been quite distressing. It sounds like being immobilized like that only added to your anxiety. It's good to hear you could find some humor in the situation afterward, even though it was a tough experience. Yeah, it was a weird mix of pain and relief, I guess. The whole thing was just surreal. I wanted to know if the other passengers were okay. There were families and small kids in there, you know. Can't imagine how that must have felt. Yeah, it was terrifying. I kept thinking about this one lady that got stuck under the bus. Oh. I think I heard something about having to consider an amputation to get her out. I don't know if she made it to the ER. I'm sorry. It must have been difficult. Yeah. So, the paramedics took you to the hospital ER. So the paramedics took you to the hospital's ER. It's pretty hectic in there, isn't it? Huh, Doc. It was madness. People screaming, doctors barking out orders, kids crying, ambulance sirens. Could barely hear what my own doctors and nurses were saying. Couldn't move much, and kept hearing all these noises and voices. Madness. I can't imagine how intense that must have been, especially with your own injuries and fear. Yeah, and being immobilized made it worse. I couldn't see what was happening, so my imagination ran wild. How so? Every time I heard a new sound or someone talking nearby, I'd get a jolt of panic. I wondered if something bad was happening to someone else. Is it agonizing, having to wait? They pumped me full of pain meds, so it wasn't that bad. I got to chat with a nurse who told me about how the other passengers were doing. She was cool. Most of the kids I asked about didn't make it.
Aww.
I'm sorry. It sounds like you're carrying a lot of weight from that experience. Yeah, I suppose I am. As you talk to the patient, you write notes on what he reveals to you. You can read the notes at any time by opening the menu. Always check these notes so sessions go smoothly. A lot of people died or are in the ICU. It bums me out, Doc. Why couldn't some of these damn pillows land near these other innocents? I know it's useless to think about, but I got super lucky in the end. Why was I the one who got a cushion while the others didn't? I wonder, how many families got separated or are completely broken now? I saw a kid whose head they had to cut open in the ER. His brain was swelling too fast to get him to an operation room in time. He kept crying out for his mom. And there was an elderly man who wandered into the chaos and started screaming for his wife. Nurse Ann had to give him the news.
I would think this might be an interrupt moment because, like, going over just the sad stuff probably
had been pregnant. They were trying to save her and the baby at the same time, but it was touch and go. The look on the doctor's face said it all. They couldn't do it. A little girl, maybe about 7 or 8, was sitting alone, covered in blood. She kept asking for her dad, but he never came. I found out later he'd been in a different part of the bus and didn't survive. There were so many stories like that. I hate it. It's unfair. Families should stick together. Especially ones with small kids. We've just unlocked a new topic. You can now select it to start a new conversation. Do I have to talk about them? I want to know you a little better, but if you'd rather not, I understand. You can't tell anyone. Yes, if I did, you could sue me and take my license to be a therapist. Really? I could? But would I? Would you? Haha, nah, I'm not a narc. Between those 4 walls, right? Indeed, and I promise, those 4 aren't gossipers. I'll only write down in your file the absolute essentials. So you can tell me whatever is on your mind. My family, my 2 dads, my little sister, and me. And 2 cats. That's important. A family of 4. You all get along? Yeah, my dads are all over each other. It's almost gross. And my little sis is the cutest girl in the world. You call them both your dads? If it makes it easier for you, one wears glasses. And the other one has, well, long hair? Yeah. Glasses dad and long hair dad. Got it. No names. Yep. Heh. My dad has long hair because my other dad told him he liked it once. So he grew it out, and it's down to his hips now. Nerds. You know, you sound like you enjoy talking about them. I do. They're my family, you know. I love them. I miss them, even. You can't see them at the moment? No. See, Doc, I'm on a trip of sorts. To the mysterious place you're heading on this bus? Part of it. I'm going to various places. My family can't come with me, so I do it all by myself. Do you wish they could be here with you? No. I wouldn't wish this trip on my worst enemies. Why not? I've seen some things. Everyone's better off not seeing or knowing about them. Could you give me an example? You don't want to know. Hit me. I like you, so no. Trust me, Gramps. Not everything is meant to be discovered. I see. If it's that scary, does it mean you're planning on heading back home to your dad soon? No, I can't go home. I have a mission. Well, I'd like you to confirm some of the information in this file I got here. Shoot. I understand you don't want to reveal your age, details about your past history, parentage. I said all I could say to the nurses. That's alright, Noelle. See, our hospital is still keeping up with times, so there's an important question that's not formally asked here yet. I'm curious, what is it? What should I call you? It's part of my protocol here. So you ask everyone? Yes. Cool, I like that. One of my old therapists could learn a thing or two from you. Call me anything you want. You can think of me however you like. Does my file say I'm a guy? Yes, it does. Lame. I put it in your note so the next doctors know. Thanks. Not a lot of doctors would bother. I like you, Doc. I enjoyed talking to you myself, Noelle. You're a fun person. You got it, Gramps. If you'd like to talk about your identity some more, I'm here to listen. There's not much else to say. I don't tell most people in real life. I just let them call me whatever. There was a diversity group in my school. You know, they put a bunch of kids in the classroom after school and have them talk. I spent all my high school years in it. Made some really good friends, I thought. The teacher in charge of organizing it was really cool. We had events and meetings, all the good stuff. Honestly, it was like a group counseling most of the time. There was always a kid with some experiences to talk about, and we tried to help them out. So I really did think that was a safe space to talk about myself and how I feel. But in my last year, I had the bright idea of talking about it in our weekly discussion meeting. Did it not end well? Nope. Turns out I'm a bit too diverse for the diverse group. Ooh.
Right.
I can't imagine what that must have been like. Were you hurt? I'm over it now. I got some new decent friends since then. Anyway, thanks for asking. I appreciate it. My mission. Is it almost something I shouldn't know? I do like this, Doc. You let me talk your ear out about stuff you and the hospital don't really want to know. It's not... Come on, nobody really wants to know about my family. That's not what's going to get me out of here sooner and open up a bed for another patient. So I appreciate you asking about it. For someone cool like you, I'll even tell you about the mission. Noelle, here's the gist of it. I need to kill God.
I knew this was going somewhere. You could tell.
That escalated quickly.
Yep.
Excuse me? God is an evil being. True.
True. Yeah, based.
She needs to be killed so that everyone else can live in peace.
Interestingly based.
And I have to do it.
Crack.
Why does it have to be you? There's something about me that's different from the others. God knows that, so she's running away from me. So you're in this trip to find and kill God. Yep. I've seen enough of the world to understand that it needs to change. There's something in me that's driven to this task. I don't know why or how, but it's the path I've been given. I go all kinds of places and all kinds of times looking for her. I got lost recently, which is how I ended up here. Times? My mission requires me to go to the future, the past, and the present. You know who would really like this game?
Yeah.
God can be wherever, whenever she wants, you know? So I have to do it.
Like she's talking kind of like him.
Yeah. They, it, she, he. Kind of whatever we want, huh?
She said call her whatever.
Yeah.
And I believe that she was femme when I first looked at her, so...
True. Well, they are wearing a skirt.
Since she doesn't care, I just kind of...
Sometimes I think I'm getting close, and then...
I feel particularly like no calling mask. Like that seemed to be a point of contention.
And then I lose the trail. She's always a step ahead. I'm doing this alone because it's my burden to bear. I don't want anyone else involved. That's my mission. Just kidding. Oh, yeah, sure. What? I don't have a mission. Not at all. What? Noelle? I was just messing with you. I'm a prankster, remember? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder about that.
Loki, trickster deity.
Yeah.
Really? Everything you just told me about your mission was a prank? Yep, that's it. I love playing pranks on people. And there's a little ritual I do when I get to know someone. I say something super nonsensical and watch their reaction. I feel that, though. It's the best way to find out what kind of prank will hit them the best. Got me good. You should have seen your face, Doc. I could see you scribbling on that file of yours. You must have been like, this dude's cray. But don't worry, it was all a joke. You don't know how you feel about lying to the patient. So, what other questions do you have for me? I promise I'll try not to prank you again. Emphasis on try. Go ahead. What else, Doc? Let's see. Noelle L.I. Patient only offered surname initials. Gender NA, age unknown, birthday unknown, parentage unknown. Previous health record unknown, no reported allergies. Patient was brought in for initial assessment after recovery from an accident. Refuses to talk about where he's from or who should be contacted to support his recovery. Sending him for an assessment for mental health support and to investigate amnesia or possible damages to his brain. Other than that, he has made full recovery from his physical injuries. Accident. Clear memories of an accident. Remembers this before, after, during. Considering that, and the lack of damage to his head, amnesia hypothesis seems unlikely. Possible survivor's guilt. You were just saying that.
Yep.
Identity. Has been in there before. Further investigation needed. Does not identify with any gender.
I actually feel kind of good that I recognize that.
Mother. Talk to Noelle more. Family. Family consists of 2 fathers, little sister. Patient was adopted. Sister. Talk to Noelle more. Question. Talk to Noelle more. Injuries. Talk to Noelle more. Self-images. Delusional. Grandeur. Sounds straight from a piece of fictional media. Psychiatric evaluation recommended. Talk more. Talk more. Talk more. Talk more.
That's it.
Alright. Let's go with the injuries. My injuries from the accident are all better. Ah, I know that. That's not what I meant. What do you mean, then? Alright. Trigger warning here. We're going to be talking about some very touchy subject. Mental injuries. Ah. I told you I'm fine in that regard. I have to ask you, Noelle. Have you had thoughts of self-harm or taking your own life? No. I don't think about that stuff. I can't give up. Okay. You haven't thought about it. Who hasn't, Gramps? At some point or another, everyone's life goes to shit. But it's fleeting. I have too much to do. So you've never had specific plans or such? No, never. Alright. You ask this kind of thing out loud to your patients? Yes. What if it gives them ideas? Ah, that's a common misconception. There's no proven correlation between asking about suicide plans and therapy and actual later suicide attempts. In fact, studies have shown that it's the other way around. Talking about it in a safe, therapeutic setting helps patients. Oh wow, I learned something today. Yeah, the more you know, huh? When I was in therapy, I had it in my head that if I mentioned anything like that, the therapist would lock me up in an institution. You mean put you on a suicide watch? And tell my dad's. That's what I was most scared of. Because my dad was... Just this one time I was really little, and he wasn't even my dad back then, but I have faint memories of seeing his wrist bandaged. He didn't keep any knives in his kitchen. I had to take them from mine when he went to eat at his place. And he never wore belts. Still doesn't to this day. Which dad is that? Long hair. Nothing ever happened that I could see. And he's okay, so... Anyway, I wouldn't want to worry either of them. What else do you have for me? Whew. Let's lighten up. Talk about the little sister. My little sister. When I left, she was just 2 years old. She was figuring out how to talk. Learned how to walk first, right in front of me. She has this stuffy my aunt gave her. I put it down on the couch, and she wallowed over all by herself. Her eyes lit up when she reached it, like she had just accomplished something huge. It was adorable. It's a sweet memory. It is. She's so small. I learned how to change diapers on bow tube for her. You sound like a great big brother. Thanks. My dad said that too. She calls me Nono, and my dads are Dada and Papa. My name's the coolest if you ask me. Want one? No. I was pretty happy the way things were. If I were a smaller kid, I think I'd throw a tantrum or be mean to her. But I was already an older teen when my dad's adopted her, so I thought about it less emotionally. I'm glad I wasn't difficult about it, because I love my sister very much. I'd kill a man for her. Not even kidding. I think my dads would too. And our cats, and my aunts and uncles, and my grandpa too. If anyone hurts her, there's a whole list of people who'd be pissed about it. I think that's the best thing for a child. I think that's the best thing a child can have, you know? It takes a village. That it does. Luckiest little girl in the universe. Did you have a village, Noelle, before the adoption? It doesn't matter now. No? What about now? Who's on your village? There's nobody. I can't take them with me, even if I want to.
You should be getting up there.
On your trip? Yeah, it's too dangerous. I miss them, but they're safer at home. The people you meet in your travels don't keep in touch? No. Noelle. Shh, be quiet, Doc. I know how it goes in therapy. You're going to say, I'm here for you. But after I leave, you won't. You can count on me. No, you're not my village. Nobody is. After this therapy session is over, I'll be off. Somewhere else. Alright, let's look at how these files have updated. Tell me more about your adventures. You've gone to a lot of interesting places, I imagine. Yeah, many. I like going to the beach when I'm on vacation. What about you? I'm not on vacation. Traveling is more like a job. Oh, you get paid? Not a cent. I try to make it as fun as I can, but it's getting harder to do that. I can't see the finish line. Where have you been to? The mountains? The beach? A tropical island? Tokyo? Kind of. Underground dungeons shaped after memories? The Dark Lord's Tower? A slime factory? A slime factory? Hell and heaven? For a bit, it's overrated. I've seen more things than you could even fathom exist in reality. And met people who would blow your mind if you talked to them for a fraction of a second. Our standards for normalcy and sanity are completely different from theirs. You wouldn't survive a minute in a casual conversation. In some places, the air is toxic. In others, magic is real, so there's no need for hospitals like this one. Injuries are cured with a simple spell. Are your adventures from video games? Nope. I actually went to all those places. It's true. Alright. Then tell me about hell. Hell? What was it like? It all began when I met an angel. An angel! I was lost at a crossroads in between various, countries. The angel was there, as lost as I was. We talked and realized we were both heading to the same place. We were the only ones around, so we got to talk quite a lot about how we got there, why we were traveling, and so on. He was quiet and tried to come off as someone who didn't care about others, but I could tell he was concerned about something. How could you tell? I know the type. Long-haired dad was like that too when I met him. Traveling to our destination took quite a while. We got lost in some messed up places. I think we spent almost 4 months on the road together. I grew to trust him, consider him a close friend. When you live on the road like we do, you don't get to spend much time with the same people. Eventually you have to leave and make new friends somewhere else. Other than my family and childhood friends at the time, I had never grown so close and spent so much time with the same person day after day. You sound like you liked him a lot. What? No, I didn't. We were friends. Very sorry for the interruption. Minor inconvenience of, personal emergency. Now, where were we? What? No, I didn't. We were friends. That's what I meant. You liked him a lot. Oh. Did you think of him as more than... No, just friends. That's all.
Aw, but they're cute and blushing.
Very blushing. Wow.
Like their bandage is blushing. How does that work?
You can be close friends and spend a lot of time together. That doesn't mean I have a crush on him. It's not like I like him or anything.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything about a crush.
You're doxing yourself. You're telling on yourself.
Anyway. We thought we had found the right way to our destination, so we headed there. But it wasn't right. Wrong country? I don't know how to explain. It looked just like the place we were supposed to be, but something was off. It was subtle at first. It was hooking us in by imitating our destination, but there were little details that were off. Small details, like a uniform that should be black is gray, A book that should be about history is about math. A constant smell of something like sulfur was in the air. The grass not as green. The sky was not as blue. We shrugged it off and kept going. Really wanted to believe we had arrived. That's how we were tricked to entering hell. By the time the mask came off, it was too late. We were trapped inside. What was the true face of hell? At first, it was just shadows and shifting at corners at the end of our vision. At first, it was just shadows shifting at the corners of our vision, and whispers we couldn't quite catch. The kind of things you wouldn't dismiss as tricks of the mind, especially when you're the kind of things you could dismiss as tricks of the mind, especially when you're tired. Please forgive my stutter. The air grew thick, almost suffocating. We realized there were no birds, no animals, no signs of life at all. The buildings began to twist and warp, and the angles were all wrong. The sky turned a sickly shade of yellow, and the sun, if it was even a sun, had no warmth. The shadows we had been ignoring, they weren't just shadows. They were things, twisted and broken. They crawled towards us. I don't know if I was losing my mind by the time I saw my friends' faces on them. They began to look like them, show their mannerisms, like a slight limp on the right foot, or the way they grinned at me. I heard their voices, whispering that I needed to stop running and join them, that it would all end well if we let them take me with them. I was scared of my mind. I just wanted to end, so I started to believe them. The angel had to physically restrain me from going with the voices. We fought. I punched him. He somehow convinced me not to give in. All we could do was run and run. It never ended. That does sound very scary. It would scare me too if it were me in that situation. But you're here now, so you managed to get out. Did I? How did that happen? Did you find a way out of hell? I don't know if you'd call it finding a way out. It felt more like stumbling into one. After what felt like an eternity of running, we found ourselves at the edge of this massive chasm. It was so deep you couldn't see the bottom, and the air was filled with these strange, echoing screams. There was no bridge, no path, nothing. Just the abyss and us with those twisted things still crawling after us. The angel said there was no turning back, that we had to keep going forward no matter what. Excuse me. But there was no way across, Doc. It felt hopeless. The whispers were relentless, telling me it was all pointless, that I should just jump. But then, the angel did something. He reached into his chest and pulled out this light. He threw it into the chasm, and it created this narrow, flickering path. He told me to run, and I did. I ran like my life depended on it, because it did. When I reached the other side, everything went white. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the ground, back, on the road, gasping for air. It took some time for me to see the angel again. We lost track of each other after the few travels. You did manage to get out in the end, as terrifying as hell was for you. I don't know. I'm here now, but every day, I feel like I'm still running from something I can't escape. I have nightmares when I'm back there. Sometimes, I close my eyes, and I'm scared of opening them and finding out I'm back there again. Or that I never left. You sound like you've been needing to get this off your chest for a while. I don't have anyone to talk about it. Nobody believes me or doesn't cut me off. I could tell it's affected you quite a lot. See, these emotions you're feeling are valid, Noelle. They need to be put out there so you can handle them better. Keeping it all in doesn't feel good, I imagine. No. I guess I kinda feel a bit lighter now. Maybe. No. Forget it. Let's not talk about that anymore. It's not medically relevant anyway. Alright. Still, I'm here for you if you want to talk about it again. Can we end this already? I've told you everything I can say. I still don't think you should. You're trying your best, Doc. I appreciate it. I like you, I really do. But I don't want to bother you with more than you're prepared for. Is there nothing else you'd like to talk about? Nope. Then you mind if I ask you some things that made me curious? Depends on what they are. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. Fine, hit me. Whew, I'm curious to see what those notes have updated. Hallucinations. Brings up fantastical scenarios, unbelievably detailed. There seems to be some form of truth to these stories, as much as he tries to obfuscate them with fantasy. Intense creativity Pulsian by his fathers who work in a creative field, or does he legitimately believe these delusions? Seems to have a crush on Angel. Well, let's talk about the Bio family. So you were adopted? Yeah. What was it like? Weird. Most stories you hear about adoption, it's small kids or older kids who spent time in a foster system. I was neither. How so? I was 13 then, lived with my mom. Bio dad was never around. Story goes that he took a wrong train somewhere and never reached out to my mom again. It was just the two of us for a long while, but she had to work several jobs at once, so I was pretty much raised by the whole apartment complex instead. Neighbors from 302 would take me to school. 202 folks took me out to play. The landlady even helped me with my homework. How did that make you feel? I was small. I didn't know that wasn't how it was supposed to be, for lack of a better word. It wasn't until I got a bit older that I started noticing I was the only kid whose mom didn't come home. I didn't come to the school play. But I didn't feel lonely. Is that so? It sounds like a lonely situation to be in. Because my dad was there instead. Your dad. Long-haired dad. He was one of my neighbors. My mom relied on him a lot. There was a science fair one time. My topic was planets. I managed to build a galaxy out of styrofoam and clay and paint. I was really proud of it. They printed out little invites for us to give to our families. They came to Mom and Dad on them by default. You know who I gave it to? Long-haired dad. And his boyfriend, Glasses dad. I didn't even bother to ask my mom if she could come. I knew she wouldn't. I went straight to them. I got older, and before I knew it, Mom was barely home anymore, even at night. It escalated in a few places, and my mom realized she couldn't take care of me anymore. In the end, that entire building raised me, not my mom. How do you feel about her today?
Whoa.
Don't know. Did talking about her bring up any emotions for you?
Don't know. Yeah.
Don't know. I don't remember. What's a big pullback?
Yeah.
I realize this topic is a sensitive one for you. Then why did you ask me? To hurt me? Oh. I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. Stop it. My mom has nothing to do with the accident. I understand. No, you don't. Every single therapist I've been to presses me on that, but she doesn't mean anything to me at all.
Oh, he's got trauma.
I thought you were different from the others. Oh, I'm sorry, I won't ask you again. You better not, or I'll leave.
Oh, he has so much. They have so much trauma on their mom.
Yeah.
Like, that's heavy.
Holy smokes.
Didn't
Okay.
put down anything?
Attached to male parental figures outside of the family itself. Unresolved issues with mom.
That's all you put about mom. Okay.
Whew. Alright, let's talk about medicine. Other than the ones the hospital is giving you, have you ever been on any regular medications, Noelle? No. Headaches for that ache in your eye, hand? I can't take medicines along with me when I travel. It could cause trouble, you know. If I introduce some advancements to the places I go to. You know, like influencing cultures and such. I see. What about before your travels? No, I've never had to take anything frequently. You said your dad took you to therapy? So what? Before your travels, did you experience these phantom pains? No. Are you implying that they would have known something was up with me back then? I was thinking I was a perfectly normal kid. They took me to therapy because my dad believes that everyone should have a therapist. Even him? Yeah. Both my dads have been in therapy for years. When my sister's a bit older, she'll probably start too. That is a worrywart. I can't tell which of your dads you're talking about. Which one is a worrywart? The one with glasses.
Yeah, I figured.
When they found out they could take my sister home, he read so many books about parenting it made my head spin. I found out that he was worried he would mess everything up and ruin her life.
Aww.
Big worrywart. I told him she'd be fine. She's just a baby. My other dad was more worried about dropping her on her head or forgetting her inside the car. All parents have those worries in mind, especially when it's a new baby. You have kids, Doc? I do. 2 little boys. Older? A bit. So you're a father. Do you make a lot of dad jokes? Oh, definitely. I'm guilty of a few classic ones. Like what? Give me an example. Alright, here's one. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? I don't know. Why? Because he was outstanding in his field. Damn, that's terrible. So bad. I know, but it gets a laugh from the kids. I bet. My other dad used to make jokes like that too. The kind that makes you groan. Do you ever worry about them? Like, what if something happens to them? My kids? Yeah. When you're out, like here in the hospital, do you worry?
OCD.
Did your dad worry? He was home most of the time because everyone worked from home, so not really. Suddenly I miss that worrywart. What else? Well, since we're already there. How's it like at home living with that worrywart father? Better than having no father. I'm joking. My dads are great. He's not like an extreme worrywart that locked me up at home and keep me safe or anything like that. I just tease him about calling him a worrywart. He cares a lot about us. It's all in good fun. Ah, I see. That's good. He sounds like a caring man. He is. They both are. Even when they drive me crazy with their overthinking, I know they mean well. And we laugh about it too. They're good sports about it. You have a good balance of understanding and humor about it. Yeah, we can poke fun at each other like that. I miss them. You mentioned something about having faint memories of bandaged wrists. I knew you'd ask me about that. Do you know why that memory stuck with you? Well, even back then I knew he had some issues. Way before the adoption, my mom told me something like, study hard so you don't end up like him. I was really, really small, but I still remember. It's ironic. He stepped up, she's gone. But Dad he never showed any of it to me, you know? He always tried to smile, even when I could tell he wasn't okay. He took me to ice cream and stuff whenever the adults started arguing about who would take care of me. So, my mom was wrong. I just studied hard so I could be like him. It's alright, Noelle. I know your dad is a good man. He is. You're very protective of him. Am I? It's a feeling I have from the way you talk about him. Haha. People talk. We didn't exactly have an amazing time with the community around us. I was old enough to understand that by the time my dad's adopted me, kids are cruel. I got used to defending him. He's my dad. You were a kid. A very angry kid. And Glass's dad? What else can I say? He writes romance for a living, likes books, is good with his hands. Good with his hands? He makes stuff with paper and... Oh, I know. He's really bad with numbers. He tried to help me with my homework at first, but once I got to middle school level, he was as lost as me. I had to get a private teacher to help with that. I still have nightmares about those damn exams. Did you take his last name when you were adopted? How'd you know? Therapy powers. No, seriously. I just guessed. You can't fool me. It's therapy powers. Yup, totally. Haha. Anyway. You're both bad with numbers? Oh, I'm terrible with anything math related. Pretty sure I have something like dyscalculia. I know I do. Did you ever get tested? No, not formally. You want to test me? If you'd like to come here some other day, we could. No, thanks. Anyway, my dads are cool. What else? So far we've talked a lot about the people you love. You describe them in many different ways. It's been interesting to hear how you see the people around you. But now I want to know more about Noelle. Me? How would you describe yourself? Well, tough question, huh? Yeah, tough. I'm someone who's been through a lot of shit, and somehow I'm still standing. I guess I've always been the type to keep moving forward, even when things get hard. But that's not the same as being strong, is it? I've made mistakes. Big ones. I've hurt people I care about, even when I don't mean to. I feel like I'm just trying to make up for all that. It sounds like you're carrying a lot on your shoulders. Do you ever let yourself rest? I can't rest. I have places to be, things to do. People are counting on me. But I try. I try to find moments where I can just be me, without all the noise in my head. That's a start. It's okay to take things one step at a time. God, this got really loud all of a sudden. I maybe turn the volume down just a little bit. That's better, right?
Yeah.
I can kind of hear myself talk now. So anyway, that's a start. It's okay to take things one step at a time. Yeah, I guess that's all any of us can really do. Hey, do me a favor and cover the mirrors you have in your house. You'll thank me one day. Mirrors? Why? Just saying. Don't mind me. The session is almost over. Noelle looks at you and... There's a time loop in this mirror. Mirror? Time loop? What are you saying? You gotta believe me. Your time as a psychologist, your training and your studies, they all tell you that Noelle is having paranoid delusions. And he's trying to bring you into the delusions with him, perhaps as a way to not feel so alone in his fear. Noelle is scared. He needs to talk about his fear. Let's dial back the questioning of the delusions and focus on Noelle. Noelle, talk to me. What emotions are you feeling right now? Talking about my feelings isn't going to get us out of this. Noelle, you seem afraid. I'll get over it, Doc. So you felt this way before? Yes. Yes, I have. How did you deal with it? I escaped the goddamn time loop. I meant the fear. Look, time loop over, fear over. We get out of the loop. I get silly and pranksty again. Happy times for all. And if you can't exit the time loop, then we stay in this room for all eternity, slowly driving each other insane. How did you deal with this last time? How did you escape the time loop? You don't want to know. It wasn't pretty. I had to make a choice, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Did someone get hurt? Yes. Someone you knew? It always is. It never happens when I'm with a person I don't care about. She knows exactly what she's doing. God knows about your friends, family. She's God. She knows everything. She can see inside all mirrors anytime she wants. But now that she knows who I am and what I can do, she's been having fun following me. Don't you think talking about how the last time loop went might help you now? No. I don't want to talk about it. Have you felt like this before with your friends or family? I left my original mirror a long time ago. I can't go back to them, or else God could harm them. Like they're doing to you right now. So they don't know about your fears. No. And your friends? I can't have friends. Can't have friends when you're running from mirror to mirror. None of them remember me after I leave. No one has seen you like this before? No one that remembers. Because of the time loops. No. It's me. Did you do something that upset them? Worse. Hurt them? Worse. Noelle, what did you do? There's a fate worse than death. What do you mean? Death is peaceful when you think about it. Even if you've suffered immense pain on the way there. When you die, it's over. You don't feel anything. It ends, and that's it. What did you do, Noelle? What's this fate you're talking about? I can't explain it fully. I wish I could undo it. I wish I could make things right. But some things are beyond repair. That's why I'm alone. So no one else will hurt like that ever again. But I need to tell you this. Noelle, When you speak so fast and stare at me and scream like you did when we're talking about the mirrors, I get concerned. I'm worried about you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I know. I understand that you're scared and you might feel alone. It keeps getting louder. I am alone. No one else except me knows the truth. And those I tell it to don't believe me. The truth about the parallel realities and the existence of a God who's after you. Noelle, is there anything else? I want you to understand so I can help you. I don't want to hurt you. You don't understand. If I tell you, you won't be the same again. Do you feel responsible for my well-being? I don't feel. I am. I am responsible for you surviving this time loop. The things I've seen, the things I know, they're not just in my head. They're real, and they're dangerous. I appreciate you looking out for me. I do. But I'm an adult. I can look after myself. I'm not like the kids from your accident. I'm not helpless. I'm not like you before your dad took you in, Noelle. Stop it. Stop being nice to me. Stop understanding me. Stop. This would have been so much easier if I hated you. I could just... You don't have to carry this burden alone. I do have to carry it alone. Because if I share it with you, you'll be dragged into this nightmare with me. Maybe I'm already in it just by being with you. No, you're not. Not yet. This will be over soon. But if you knew everything, I can't. No. I won't let that happen to you. I feel that there's something you're keeping deep inside your heart that you're too afraid to say. In my view, it's something you believe would do more harm than good to mention. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. This is a safe space. You can tell me anything. Anything at all. You're stubborn, old man. So are you. You won't stop until I do it, won't you? Okay. I'll tell you the truth. This would be a fucked place to end the demo. I just click truth and it ends. Just tell me something first. We all have free will, don't we? We can make our own choices. We are in charge of our own we are in charge of our own individual lives. Do you believe that? Do you believe that, Doc? It's as I said. Okay. Inside one of my pockets, there's something important. Guess which one? Noelle, what does that have to do with... It's relevant. Left. Why did you pick that pocket? I'm guessing. And you, Doc? Why did you pick it? I just told you. What's going on, Noelle? Okay. I'll tell you the truth now. Doc. Everything I told you was a lie. A lie? Yep. But the notes, parallel realities, God. I don't believe any of it. It's not true. I just wanted to fuck with you. Why would you make all this up? I want to see how far you'd go, how much you'd believe, how deep you'd dig into the madness I made up on the spot. Noelle, this doesn't make any sense. You're so passionate about everything you said. That's the thing about lies. If you tell them enough, even you start to believe them. But all those times you were scared, the desperation in your voice, that wasn't real? Maybe you don't know me as well as you think you do. I like messing with people. Their perceptions of reality. I like it when they can't decide if they should believe my insane ramblings or not. When you were deep in thought over the mirror world bullshit, that said things you don't remember me saying. I love it. I don't need to understand them. I just need to see how they react when I mess with their heads. Isn't it just a bit entertaining to watch how people react to something they can't fully grasp? Entertainment? You think playing with people's minds is just fun? What about your reality, Noelle? How easily is yours shattered? My reality? It's as shattered as I want it to be. The lies keep me in control. Control over what? Control over everything, even the way you perceive me. Do you think I'm a sociopath? That's what the other doctors said. It made me very few friends. Everyone stays away from me. My parents, too. They tried to help me, but they couldn't handle me any longer. I can mimic it pretty well, huh? Empathy? The more I act like I care, the less anyone questions my motives. Caring for your well-being, asking about the kids, my family, the tears. I don't understand people, not really. Their reactions, their emotions, I watch them, mimic their behaviors. Am I a good actor, Doc? I told you, I like pranks. I like making fun of people in my lies. It's fun. I got skilled in imitating handwritings. Oh, and that coffee you're drinking? I dosed it with those pills I stole from a patient in the ER. What pills? I don't know. I was hoping you'd feel sleepy or throw up or something. For fun? Yeah. What pills did you give me, Noelle? I need to know. They were by the bed of some guy who was screaming and trying to bite people. But what? What does that have to do with my free will? Nothing. Everything I told you today is meaningless. I was messing with you. Hahaha. Do you even realize the consequences of your actions? I'm fully aware. That's what makes it so thrilling. Noelle, do you hate me? Everyone else does. I have a hateful personality and unlikable interests. Everyone I mess with like this runs away before they can be broken. Kenan was the first one that got away. Doc? Forget about me. Please. Don't dig any deeper. Whew. And that was a meta horror therapy session. A very interesting visual novel. I am definitely intrigued.